The day has finally arrived. It is time to board the AMAStella and get this cruise underway. We will be doing a 7-day river cruise going down the Rhine River from Basel, Switzerland to Amsterdam, Netherlands. Now, if your European geography is as bad as mine, I'll just let you understand that the Rhine forms a large portion of the border between France and Germany, so that's where the bulk of our travels will be taking us, into those two countries. Okay, well, this is fantastic. We just got on board and got our quick orientation of the room and where things are. Going to get some unpacking done. Wow, so far this has been incredible. Everybody is treating us like royalty, and we just got here. It's kind of a little disconcerting. We're not used to this level of service.
And when you travel at Christmas time, the whole ship is decked out beautifully in garland and lights and decorations, and it's just gorgeous.
Yeah, you'll be seeing that later as we go along, so time to unpack. Don't mind me, just taking a moment to enjoy the sun deck, although there isn't really a lot of sun right now, and it's only about 3 or 4 degrees Celsius, but you know, I figure it's here, better take advantage of it. Don't worry, there'll be plenty of time to explore the rest of the ship as we go along. Alright, well, we've finished day one. The party is still going on here, but it's going to be time to wrap it up and go to bed soon, so day two's coming up. And we are kicking off our second day of the cruise with our first shore excursion here to Riquewihr, France. Riquewihr is in eastern France, the Alsace region, and is a medieval town with a population of just over 1,000 people. And something we are rapidly learning on this European trip is you need to be paying attention at all times, because no matter how narrow the roads are, you never know where vehicles are coming through. The village of Riquewihr developed in the 6th century. Many of the buildings in town date from the 15th through 18th centuries. You see a lot of examples of half-timbered construction, which is a method of constructing wood frame buildings where the structural members, such as studs, crossbeams, and braces, are exposed to the outside of the building. Unlike many other towns in the region, Riquewihr was not heavily bombed during World War II because of its location at the base of the nearby mountain range. After crossing the mountains, bombers simply couldn't get down to a proper altitude fast enough to deliver their payloads. On the upper end of the main street stands the 25-meter-tall Dolder Tower. Built in 1291 as part of the city walls, the tower served as a major lookout point for the town. The other end of Main Street also had a similar tower, however, it was destroyed in 1804. And what we have here is a second set of city walls, this one dating from the 1500s. As the village and town grew, obviously they had a need for more room, so they just built another set of walls a little bit further out from the original. And what is now today a walking path actually used to be part of the moat that was used to protect the city. So you can see here this little alcove just to the right of the horse statue. That was actually an early medieval toilet. Your waste would just drop right into the moat and be sort of carried away. We just completed the formal portion of the tour and have now got about an hour of free time to explore the town. So let's go take a look around and see what we can find. I think it's a requirement that every town in Europe has an impressive cathedral or church of some sort, and Riquewihr is no exception to that rule. Now, our tour guide did tell us that Riquewihr would be almost impossible to get lost in. As he said, there's really just the one main street that runs up and down the hill, so as long as you can find that, you're good. Of course, I have to get off and take one of these side streets and see what we can see, and it's amazing how as soon as you get just a few steps off that main street, the crowd just disappears. It's like I have the entire town to myself over here, and it's really great to see some of the stuff that most tourists probably don't bother with. What is really great about Riquewihr, and I apologize for butchering the pronunciation, I'm sure, is this is all original. This is not a recreation. This is not a theme park type medieval town. This is legitimate buildings that have been here for hundreds of years. This is a great example. Now, it's kind of hard for me to read the writing, but I do believe that is a inscription from 1714. This building here is from 1667. I can tell because they have the sign there, so I know I'm reading that inscription right. Now there it is. Soon, 450 years old, and there it is, still standing. Our tour guide pointed this out to us on the formal portion of the tour, and I'm going to share it with you. Back when these buildings were built, most people didn't read, so they would use symbols like this to indicate what the building's function was. And what you see there is a pretzel and I believe a loaf of bread, which indicates that back in the day, this building served as a bakery. And today, it is a bank, which I took advantage of to withdraw some euros so that we had some cash on hand.
Dove volevamo venire a mangiare ieri, che lei aveva trovato questo posticino dove andare a mangiare.
Now, ultimately, our cruise is marketed as the Christmas markets of the Rhine, so I would be remiss if I didn't at least take a walk through the market here in Riquewihr. Well, it's been a little bit chilly and quite a bit rainy, but it was still a great visit here to Riquewihr. And we're gonna get ready now. It's time to get back onto the bus and make our way back to the Rhine River. This afternoon we set sail for Strasbourg, so it's been a quick little visit here, but it's been fantastic. Great to get into France and see a legitimate medieval town. And that's it from here. We'll see you at the next place.